All right, people. Hey, this is Dr. George, basically Doctor of Human Capital. Human capital, whether you're managing human capital or actually evaluating human capital. I wanted to come to you to give you guys an update. I did this on my TikTok platform, but wanted to actually talk to you a little bit about what actually happened with some good news. I had was working on some knowledge sessions with some young kids, some young folks who was working on trying to get prepared for one of the state tests for geometry in the state of Texas, and they all passed. So I was very happy for that. Like I said, it was the sessions that we was trying to put together for them, and they did very well. Hey, just but the interesting thing is that some of the things that happened during those sessions remind me of stuff I was working on with previous students in related to algebra. And so I'm noticing this is like maybe a trend among all different platforms, especially in mathematics, when it comes to youth, whether it be algebra, geometry, or even some people I worked with related to calculus. The thing is about belief. And I know I talked about this before. And again, I just want to make sure everybody understands what I mean. It's not, when I say the kids are suffering belief, I don't mean that when you ask them the question, hey, do you believe, they say no. I'm saying that sometimes they may say yes. Well, we believe in the process. We understand that a squared plus b squared equals c squared, or y equals mx plus b. We understand this. They'll say that, but when it comes to applying it, they don't apply it unless they believe it. So one thing I noticed in my practice in working with the youth and trying to do these knowledge sessions is that because they say they believe, sometimes we have a tendency as adults to sort of skip past the rest of it. You need to stay on that part. Just because they say they believe don't mean they really believe. So I had a moment with one of my students, probably a couple of weeks, a couple of days before they did this state test in geometry in the great state of Texas. Before they actually did it a couple of days prior, they concerned me. One of the students approached me and said that she didn't believe she was prepared for the exam. Now you got to understand, the one that hurts me because that's my whole goal is to get you prepared for the exam. But then also, I knew the student had the knowledge. And so a little bit of background. The student had, when I started with these sessions, especially when they new to the subject altogether, they may not know the formulas or the equations and all that, so they don't know what they don't know. Okay, but I work with them. I show them the process. I show them the equations. We work through the equations. I give them examples. I make them give them back to me. We sometimes work out and create problems so we can solve the problem backwards and forward. So we have already been through this with her. And I've seen the student actually solve problems. And then I switched the problem up and they solve them. So this was the last one I would expect to say they didn't think they was prepared for the exam. So what I usually do, what I like to do is do what I call rapid succession of questions, or rapid questions. I reserve this for my students I think they can handle it. And again, I preference this. I always give this disclosure when it comes to something that I think people may take and try to use with their own kids. And if the kid's not ready for it, it can hurt them in the sense that you will see it immediately. So rapid questions is one of those techniques that earlier on when I was trying to do sessions or trying to perfect my process, I would try to do rapid questions with kids that was too early. And it's not good. So basically, rapid question is I ask a question one after the other, and I don't give the kids time to respond. So it's up to the kid to jump in and give me the answer. So it may be like 1 or 2 seconds between each question, and if they know the answer, they say it. If they don't know the answer, I'll move right along. Okay. But if the kid is early in the process, they can think that they're not ready. They can start questioning their ability to learn. So I try to save it for right near the end or right when I think the student actually has that ability and that skill. So I did that with this student. Again, I knew she knew the material. So I just said, okay, you don't think you're ready. All right. So I started asking the rapid questions. And I think it was like 3 or 4 questions in a row. I was just rolling them out for them. And she got them right. It was like less than a second. She knew the answers. She was boom, boom, boom. She had the answers. And she said it sounded like confidently to me, but she had the answer. So of course I asked afterwards, thinking that I knew the answer. Of course, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna ask her again. Does she feel now that she's prepared for the exam? And of course, she's gonna say yes, right? No. I asked her, okay, after that rapid question, after you got all the answers right, okay, you obviously feel like you're prepared for the exam now, right? She said no. And so I was like, well, okay. So again, it got me thinking, why would a student who knows the material not think they're ready for the exam? And I came with like two ideas for this. Well, one is they don't think anything they learn is going to be on the exam in order for them to think they're not ready or they think they're going to fail the exam. Um, Obviously, we're talking about a geometry material, so it's going to be a test over geometry. Nobody knows exactly what's going to be on the exam, but the way she was sounding, like she didn't think geometry was like all of a sudden going to ask her about astrophysics or something like that. So either she doesn't believe that the material in any shape or form is going to be on the exam, or she doesn't believe she's going to recall that information while she's sitting at the desk in complete silence. When standardized test, you got to sit with complete silence and try to answer the problems. Either that she don't think she can recall it like she can with the rapid session. So like I said, it got me thinking about students and their ability to recall and their ability to believe in themselves and to believe the process. Not to leave you on edge, I left on how I left it with that particular student, but I ended up indicating to her, I said, look, to me, it sounds like you're ready. You may not believe you're ready. So let's talk again and see what happens after the exam. So after the exam, all the students I was doing these knowledge sessions with passed. Great. And she was, did pretty well. So I was like, did pretty well. And so now she's like, okay, I was ready for it. I didn't think I was ready for it. So it worked out fine. Of course, that was one session related towards geometry. She got a whole nother semester to go. So we'll see how she does in that next set of sessions for that next standardized test that happens at the end of the next semester. But for now, it seemed like her confidence up. So again, my theory on belief is that students can say they believe something and they may not believe it. So when I say that some students don't believe, I'm not saying that the students are saying they don't believe. I'm saying that they don't believe. They're saying they believe. Oh, I believe. Yeah, I believe a squared plus b squared c squared. I believe y equals mx plus b or whatever. Or I believe how this equation works. I believe the process. They'll say it, but then can they apply it? And if they don't apply it, what does that really say about their belief? And what I notice is once you start working with students and they start really believing the process, so it's not just lip service, they can apply that those processes to no matter which kind of question you throw at them. Again, that's my idea of a theory of belief. So I don't want to keep you guys much longer. I just wanted to state that and get that out the way as far as my feelings about the belief. I don't want you to be looking like falling in the trap of the say, hey, child, do you believe this? Yeah. And they're like, okay, well, my child believes. No. They say they believe, but they don't believe. So practice with them. Make sure. Trust but verify. Check for understanding. Check for knowledge. They're kids. The younger they are, the less likely they are to tell you what you don't want to hear if you're a parent or you're an educator. They're going to tell you what they think you want to hear. And it may or may not be what's really inside of them. So sometimes we got to test that line out. Like, where are you really in this process? Okay. All right. That's all I got for you guys. I just wanted to share that with you. As you know, it's always mind your business is one of my slogans for it. And also, being a doctor of business management and specialization accounting and master's in human resource, I believe in human value. You get value through education and training. So that's my mission in life, is to how to help people through their education and training programs. So if I can help any of you guys out there regarding setting up knowledge sessions for geometry or algebra or calculus, or any of your business courses, or if you're an employer out there and you would like to have someone help out with your staff, so that they can believe in the process and actually execute similar concepts happen in the workplace too. So again, as always, people, mind your business and have a great day. Thank you.